Hey there, thank you for joining me today. This layout is based on the Day 10 sketch by Sarah Davies, and it is from 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. And so the main thing that attracted me to the sketch was the different layering pieces going vertically left next to the photo. And so one of the things I'm going to use to create that is this acetate piece that I am currently painting the edges because this paper is beautiful and I want you to be able to see that floral uh, decoration, I guess, going down that left side. So I am matting my photo. I'm going to grab some tissue paper here shortly. There it is. And go ahead and mat on that. And then I'm going to add those blocks that you saw in the film earlier, as well as ink the edges with archival ink. And this is the Hickory Smoke, which goes really well with this collection. So this collection is from 49 and Market Tranquility. It was part of the October 23rd limited edition kit from My Creative Scrapbook. And so that's what most of the supplies I am using are from. I am going to go ahead and ink all those edges as I did with the photo mat. And so like I said, most of it is going to be from the limited edition kit. When I got the kit, I really liked this Tranquility line, so I also picked up their rub-ons and chipboard. So you'll also see that in this layout. So that black transparency that I really thought would work, I'm realizing is not going to work. And so I pulled that out and I'm going to add a kind of check pink piece from the collection instead. One of the things that I thought would really work with this sketch is that I would be able to use some foam to lift up pieces of those strips so that I would be able to more easily layer the flowers. And so the floral pieces of the limited edition kit are beautiful, and I really want to showcase them on this layout. And so you'll see that here shortly. But right now, I just want to get everything kind of lined up the way I like it and with the different heights so that I can tuck those flowers in. So I'm going to go ahead and use some modeling paste through this Tim Holtz stencil. And so it's kind of has that country feel like this collection does with the kind of chicken wire look. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some things on there, see how I like it. I like how I can see the flowers under that acetate. I'm going to use that ViewMaster reel as the circular portion that is on the sketch. I'm not sold on the together yet. I mean, here it looks great. It's really cute. I just don't know if that is how I'm going to go, and you'll see that's going to change in the future. So I cut in half one of the floral embellishments so I can use some down below on that right corner where I'm going to build a embellishment cluster, and I'm going to use the rest of it up to the left. And right now I'm adding some rub-ons from 49 and Market. Since it kind of has that window look, I want to be able to add just a little bit more texture. So I used some black florals through there. And then I'm also going to add a black floral at the bottom embellishment cluster, as well as some of the background rub-ons. You'll see that here shortly. There it is. And so I'm going to find one I like and apply that and continue to work a little bit on that bottom embellishment. I think I am going to add a word strip that I'm going to end up not keeping. Oh, I Oh, yep, I'm going to go ahead and adhere down those strips since that is how I'm going to go forward with it. And then I'm going to secure that floral embellishment with that word strip or the barcode strip. I like the way it has the word together, though the way I work, that might end up being covered. We'll see. Um, yeah, I'm going to play with a few different, tuck in a few more rub-ons, and then I kind of thought I might want to weave some things in and out of that viewfinder, or maybe tuck some butterfly rub-ons or something in through some of the view peepholes. And so I'm going to mount it on this vellum because I wanted to give it a little bit of depth. I don't end up doing any of those things once I get it on here. It feels like there's enough action going on through the rest of the video, but I do like that kind of hazy look you get with the vellum. So I add a chipboard piece. Chipboard was also one of the things that I bought separate from the kit. I liked how it framed that black rub-on up in the corner. And then now I'm adding some flowers. So kind of tucking them in to some of the areas where I had some height so I can tuck them in so they are on the flat side, but the rest of the flower is sitting on kind of the upper level. And so that makes it a lot more stable and feels like it works in with the other embellishments a lot easier. I'm using gel matte medium to secure them. And I know it looks like I'm just so confident as I do this, and that's because I had kind of put it together and taken a picture of it earlier. So don't give me too much credit for knowing exactly where things should go the first time. So the bottom embellishment cluster, I'm going to have a tag down there with some of the details from what this layout and picture are representing. And then I find this word besties in my stash. I'm going to use that as part of my title, as well as a word sentiment I'm going to pull out here shortly. So let's see where we're at. That flower did not want to stick to that acetate, so I'm going to have a second go at it here shortly. And then I'm looking at that besties, figuring out what it is that I want to add to it. And then I also have these flowers out of it was either out of the laser cuts, probably since they don't have white around them. So they're part of the latest laser cut elements. And I'm using my large ball stylus to lift up those flower petals so that they have a lot of dimension. Tucking those in different places according to what colors go where. And yeah, that's where I fix that flower. And so I won finally on that one. And then I'm going to add some sprigs throughout some of these uh, floral clusters just that I have from my stash. I tend to, when I drag out my sprig die cuts, I tend to do a lot of white ones, so I have them on hand. And so that's what I am doing here. All right, I am now going to look. Oh, still adding sprigs. Um, the picture represents a night out with my bestie. We went to a local uh, comedy show at a local theater, and so it was a lot of fun. And I just wanted to remember that. I did it in black and white just because obviously there's people in the background and it's not the best lighting, and so that kind of helped cool out that picture just a little bit. So I have my title where I want it now, and I like how it breaks up those two embellishment clusters. And now I'm going to look at adding just a few more sentiments. is trying to find something I like, and then in the embellishment pack, I find this kind of filigree looking word sentiment, and so I find a couple of them, and I am going to ink them, and then I'm going to give them the once over with my shimmer brush from Close to My Heart so that they kind of have a shimmer blingy going on, and then it's a good time to go ahead and gesso my flowers, adding just a little bit more interest and some white to those flower clusters. Let's see. So I'm going to try to hit most of those flower petals as well as some of the centers. Doesn't show up really well against the white, but that's okay. Just gonna go with it. And yeah, so I'm liking how this is looking so far. Straightening up because that was just felt a little crooked. And then I'm going to lay down those word sentiments, make sure that I like it like that. I'll leave them for a few minutes while I do some fussing. And so that is one of the uh, more therapeutic things about doing flower clusters because, you know, it's a more is more type of scrapbooking. And that's right up my alley. I love to fuss and see if there's just one little more uh, bit of thing that I can tuck in there. So, but now I'm going to go ahead and adhere those two word tags or word embellishments and after that, I think we're getting closer. Just a few more things that I'm going to add after I struggle with that little doodly bob for a minute there. I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling on this little tag, add some lines with my T square ruler, and jot down the who, what, where, when. And so I'm going to get those down. I'm going to have a little bit of a foam square on the back of that when I do adhere it so it pops up a little bit. And then I'm going to use one of the wires from some of the flowers that I cut down a little bit earlier, probably those blue ones. I shortened up one of their stems. Yep, there it is. I'm going to use that as my little twisty in my tag. And I had already added a little blue heart there, just trying to add a little bit more blue down there since there's some blue up in the other embellishment. And now I'm going to add some rhinestones, use my glossy accents and my reverse tweezers to try to get them in there. And this is really sped up. I wish I was this quick and confident and they stuck down as easily as it looks when it's sped up. But I got them down there, and so that's all good. And then after this, I just have some splatters that I'm going to be doing. So once I'm done with these rhinestones, you'll see a little mess to the left is going to clear up a little bit. There is my splatter. My white is the Dina Wakley glossy spray, and then the black is a Shimmer's Paint crow's feet. I think it's a creamies. I'm going to cover my photo, and when I do the black, you'll see I'll also cover up my flowers, my white and pink ones at least, since I didn't want any black on those. So we're getting to the end there. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button or subscribe. I would love feedback if you think there's something that I need to improve. This is just my third video. So here's the close-ups.